Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, unless of course you're new here, in which case, hi, hello, my name is Ashley, and welcome to my random little corner of the internet. As you can tell from today's title, what are you playing? My TBR board game. I did paint this, inspired by The Secret Garden, and yeah, we move around on our stones in the garden, and we pull prompts. Easy peasy. Before going in, for my Adventures in Aldea book. I keep forgetting to talk about that. So the path that I'm taking, this is the map of the Adventures in Aldea. The path that I am taking is just I kind of forgot about it in January, February, so now I'm just going where my books have led me. So now I have to go to 5B because we are on 4B. Read The Self-Same Metal by Brittany L. Williams, which is an author with a W in their name. So the only direction I can go is from 4B to 5B. And that is enter a cave. Dark Meadow's surface is too harsh, so you find the nearest cave and hope it leads deeper into the intricate Dark Meadow underground network. And the prompt is just to read a dystopia. Easy enough. Simple enough. Honestly, I might have a book to put there if I don't end up putting just not a book that I own, but that's okay. But yeah, if I can fit that prompt into a prompt from the game, awesome. If I can't, it's just an extra book that I need to read, which is totally fine, on top of whatever book my sister chooses for Sister Story Swap. As of right now, she doesn't even know what that book is. She says she had a plan and then changed that plan. And so, yeah, that's where we are. So I don't know what that is. Obviously, if a guest choice comes up and it says Arrow Pig, then that's awesome. Then we will put that there. If I don't get it, it'll just be a book that gets tacked on the end because I will choose all of my prompts here, and then whatever she gives me, like in the past, it'll just be like a little short that I add on my channel somewhere to tell you what it is. So the prompt for May is enemies to lovers, because we're on 1989 now, because each month we're doing a different Taylor Swift era. So May, we've made it to 1989. She chose Bad Blood as the song, enemies to lovers for the prompt. She chose all of them this year. It was her job. That's where we're at. So I gave her, I haven't given it to her yet, giving it to her tomorrow. I gave her Heartless Hunter by Kristen Sigrelli. So we'll see what she gives me. But yeah, I'm going to flip you guys down. We're going to go through the board and play the game. And then after we're done playing the game, we will go through the prompts and pick books. So here we go. As always, we have my Mary Lennox pen as our mover, and I'm going to use 2d6 dice. Let's get started a little further on. All right, our first roll is an 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That is a dark purple, which is just a random. You know what? Instead of pulling from the top, I think I'm going to shuffle on here and then pull from the top. So for random, special edition book. Easy peasy. Got lots of those. Roll number 2 is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That is a red prompt, which is an author prompt. Same situation. We're gonna shuffle a little and then pull right here on top a POC author. Roll number 3. Oop. 10. See, I like big numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That is a light purple, which is, can barely see it on the card, but that is age and format. All right, we got ebook. Easy peasy. I don't like that roll. I kind of placed it on the table. Let's do it again. All right, we got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is a dark green cover, which is or a good color, which is a cover card. Don't have very many of those, but we're going to shuffle them anyway. And we get a face on the cover. I feel like I have plenty of these. Okay. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no! Okay, so we landed in a hole, which means I only roll 1 dice to see how far back I go. 2. Not bad. 1, 2. We're back on a cover. I'm going to continue playing it like this for this round, but in the future, I think I want to do something different with the black holes or the holes in the ground. Because like Stephanie over at Book First, I think is her channel name. She does she pulls from a jar of books on her TBR or something like that. And I kind of want to do something like that, maybe? I don't know. But for now, we're just going to go back our spaces and choose the prompt for the space that we're on, which is another cover card. We don't have very many. I feel like I have some missing. There's no way I only have 3 left. I don't know. Okay. For that, we get a random color generator, which is always fun. Okay. This should be the last one, right? Yeah. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7-ish. Okay. So once we make it to the gazebo there in the garden, we choose a random card. So we're gonna shuffle it up. We're gonna and choose from the top. The book featuring witches and wizards, which I actually think I have the perfect one for this. Okay, so let's go talk about prompts. At this point, my mic has died, and I want to finish the game. I don't want to wait for it to charge. So the audio has definitely changed. That is okay. So one of the cards that we chose is Random Color Generator. We're going to choose that first. We're going to figure out what color it is, and then we're going to go on my shelf and pick my books. Alrighty. So the color it starts with, we're not choosing that one. So this is the color it starts with when we open it. Pastel orange. Pressing the button now. Ooh, pale green. I do have an edition of Secret Garden that is pale green, but that's not what we're choosing. Okay, so that's what we have. Pale green. Interesting. So yes, all right. We are gonna go. I'm gonna go pick books, and I will be back to show you what those are. Okay, we have our books. I'm going to preface this by saying I don't actually know what any of these books are about. I have a card in my deck that says, read a book you know nothing about. I could probably go to my shelf and pick any book. I knew what they were about when I bought them, usually. And if they're a Fairy Loot one, then I know that I read the summary, because when I make unboxing videos, I read the summary. So, at some point in time, I knew what these books were about. Do I know what they're about now? No. We're just going to get into it. So, because we just did the clip of picking my random color generator, which was pale green, found the perfect book. It was my only lighter color green book on my shelf, and that is The Forest Grimm by Catherine Purdy. It says, Once Upon a Dark Time, The Forest Grimm. I'm going to go with it some sort of Little Red Riding retelling. It is my Fairy Loot edition. So this also would count as a special edition book. That's okay. We've got that somewhere else. But yeah, I think it is. I can read the summaries. We're not gonna do that though. But I'm gonna go with it some sort of Little Red Riding Hood retelling, which is great. I've had this one for a while. I do sometimes wish. This naked book is beautiful. Can you tell it's been on my shelf for a while? I genuinely don't remember how long this has been on my shelf. I think this is one of the very first Fairy Loots I got. This says 2023, so it's been 3 years, so I'm pretty certain it's one of the very first Fairy Loops that I got. But yes, so for a pale green cover, we're going to read The Forest Grimm by Catherine Purdy. Next up, I don't remember what order I pulled them, and so we're just going to go willy-nilly in what's in front of me. So the next one we're going to do is Witches and Wizards, which I'm pretty certain was the last one we chose, but that's fine. So Witches and Wizards, I knew exactly what I was going to choose. And that is Witchlings by Claribel A. Ortega. Don't know what it's about, but it's clearly got witches in it. I know that it is a middle grade book. I have the first and the second book in the series. I bought it at my daughter's book fair because I thought it looked cute. And I told her she needed to read it. She didn't want to read it. It's a different story. She's very into currently into the contemporary romance. Which, at that age, so was I. So it's fine. She's 13. It's whatever. So she's not super into fantasy at the moment, and that's okay, I guess. So instead, I bought it for myself. And there's 3 girls, and they're witches, or they're learning to be witches in the magical town, and it looks like there's a magical school, maybe. But yeah, witches, and they're probably going to fight something bad, and it's going to be a fun time. And it's a middle grade, so it'll be a relatively easy read, and fun all around. That's all we want, right? So, Witches and Wizards, Witchlings. Okay, for the next one. I really wanted to put this book on my TBR. It's a new release, and it really didn't fit anything, so I had to look on my library and see if it had the ebook available, and it did. So, for ebook, I was going to put something else here, but for ebook, I really wanted to put this book on the TBR, so this is where we put it, and that is The Escape Game by Marissa Meyer and Tamara Moss. I own and have read and have loved and adored everything Marissa Meyer has written, so I had to get my hands on this one. It's a murder mystery set in an escape room. That's pretty much what I know. And I think that's all you really need to know, right? Like, it's the gist of it. And I'm excited for it. And, like, look at this. I really couldn't count this as a special edition because, like, all of the releases have like, the sprayed edges with all the keys. It's really cute. But, like, it was just how it was printed. It wasn't a special edition, so couldn't really count it as a special edition. So we went with ebook. And there's also no faces on the cover. There's some pale green up here in the corner. But no, it's fine. It is available through my library for an ebook, so this counts. And that's what we're doing. So for an ebook, The Escape Game by Marissa Meyer and Tamara Moss. Tamara Moss? Then, 4. Special edition book. I had plenty to choose from because all of my Fairy Loot books are special editions. And I decided to go with The Scarlet Alchemist by Kylie Lee Baker. I have heard great things about this. Do I know what it's about? No. But I've heard people say that it's fantastic and that Kylie is a great author. And I've heard that, like, other books that she's had come out are also really good, and I want to read more from her. So I'm like, maybe I should read the one that I own first. Clearly it has to do with alchemy. Our main character dreams of becoming a royal alchemist and escaping her impoverished village in southern China to make alchemical gold for the wealthy so that they can stay young forever. And then at some point the prince comes and asks for her help. So, you know, we have our 2 main characters here, and they're adorable. So yeah, that's what we got for that. And look at it. It's so pretty. Like, this is the special edition. We've got this, and then, like, the naked book itself. This one, surprisingly, doesn't have a reverse dust jacket, which is surprising, because that's the reverse dust jacket's usually, like, the traditional, the traditionally published cover, just in a different colorway. So I can't even show you. I guess I can put it on the screen. Like, this is what the normal cover looks like, and then this is the special edition. So yes, that's where we're going with that. Then we have POC Author. This book was going to be on my TBR last month. I put it in a poll for, I forget even what it was. Was it last month or the month before? One of the months. I had to create a poll and let other people vote for it. And this one was right up there for a while, and then it got surpassed. And that's okay, though, because we're putting it on the TBR this time. And that is Dread Nation by Justina Ireland. And I have seen not a lot about this one. I did find it in Half Price Books one time, and I thought that it looked so good. Like, I don't know, just something about this was very engaging. And it takes place during the American Civil War. And it has to do with zombies. Because it says, Jane McKean was born 2 days before the dead began to walk the battlefields of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, derailing the war between the states and changing the nation forever. In this new America, however, the battle for survival is as political as it is personal, and the restless dead, it would seem, are the least of her problems. So fun, right? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to read this because it's been on my TBR for a really long time. And then even in the Discord where I put the poll, people are like, if you do read it, let me know, because I've been wanting to read it and I just haven't got a chance to. So here we go. POC Author. And then for the final prompt, we have face on the cover. It also fits for Dystopia, for the Adventures in Eldia, and it was originally going to be the ebook, but then obviously I switched it around because I do not own this book, but it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm going to read Carl's Doomsday Scenario because this version, like, this is the cover that it shows me on KU. See Carl's face? His face is on the cover, so it works. I've only read the first book and I loved it, and everybody loves it. Like, so far I haven't seen a single person who's read these books and not absolutely adored them. So yeah, I'm excited to get to the second one. If you haven't heard about Dungeon Crawler Carl and this whole series, Carl is at home one day. His ex-girlfriend's cat runs out into the yard. He runs after her, and like seconds after he walks out of his door, all of the buildings just collapse and smoosh into the ground. And then this big, loud, intercom-y type voice rings through the sky and says, "Hey, you need to go down these stairs." Like, these little panels pop up with stairs, and it says you need to come down these stairs in order to survive. And so Carl was like, that sounds like a good idea. Mind you, he is only wearing his boxers, and I think he has a robe on, maybe. And then he has Princess Donut, who is the best cat ever. And they go down here, and then it turns into a televised game, essentially. You have to get to the levels, and then you have to get to the top level or the bottom level. I think they're going down. To the bottom level, and to beat the people and therefore save Earth. I know there are 10 books in the series, or there are going to be 10 books in the series. I think the 8th one is about to release. I'm only on book 2. It's fine. It's fine. It's going to be great. I'm excited. I'm very excited to get to this one. So yeah. Those are my 6 books. And then we know that there will be a 7th one because whatever my sister gives me. Eventually. Hopefully before the end of May. We will know what that is. So yeah, let me see if I can pick them all up. Here we go. So we have pale green cover, special edition, ebook, POC author, Witches and Wizards, and then Dungeon Crawler, Carl's Doomsday Scenario. It's for face on the cover. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. What are you reading in May? Are you going to read, like, is May one of those months where you're like, I have so much time to read, I'm going to read so much? Or are you like, holy crap, this is the end of the school year and I have so much to do and I might read one book? And if that's the case, like, what is that book going to be? Is there a book that you're super excited to get to and that you're going to put on your TBR, whether it really fits or not? Like how I put the escape game. It's okay. It's fine. It's my game, and I can do what I want. But yes, what books are you reading in May? How do you figure out what you're going to read in May? And then if you don't want to tell me any of that, and you just want to, like, leave a comment so that I know that you were here, put the key emoji for escape game down in the comments. But yeah, that's going to wrap us up. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, as well as the bigger subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're always notified every time that I upload. And until next time, bye!